What's up, dudes? HW here. And today we're talking about, this is an honest review of the brand new, look, I got it right here. It's the ToneX Plug. Now, listen, there's no way this is the first video on the ToneX Plug you're seeing, okay? There's no way. I woke up to my YouTube algorithm with about 50 reviews on this thing, out there. And if you want the best review on the internet, in my opinion, it is Paul from the Studio Rats. He absolutely beautifully done demo. The guy's playing is incredible. Always sounds like $1,000,000. Go look up ToneX Plug Paul or ToneX Plug the Studio Rats. I can't do a demo as good as Paul from the Studio Rats, okay? So I'm not even going to try. So instead, on a day like this, when ToneX sends all these out, look, I have my engineering sample right here. They sent me this ahead of time. And I got to be honest with you, here's my opinion of a thing like this. It hits me a little bit like a stocking stuffer. You know what I mean? It is the time it is of year, and it hits me like, okay, ToneX, they're going to get these things out there. Now, 6 hours of battery life, 30 different ones you can put in here, one at a time, of course. And what's really cool about this unit to me is if they had not updated the OG ToneX, like the big ToneX and the ToneX One, with the effects, this thing wouldn't even be possible because no one would really want this plug-in guitar thing for your headphones if there were no effects. And ToneX has some really great effects. And I will tell you this, in my testing, and you can listen to some other people's demos. I think there's a guy who does a back and forth of it. It sounds like the ToneX. The ToneX V2 is incredible. To me, it's as good sounding as anything else out there. HW, I heard that NAMM is the most accurate. I guess, I don't know. To me, ToneX 2 sounds just like the amp, so I can't really, and more so than the QC, more so than the Kemper, more so than anything else out there, more so than ToneX V1 even. I'm continually kind of blown away. I'm actually on the ToneX thing right here, and I'm just kind of blown away by the response. Here's like a dirty amp that I've rolled down a little bit, you know? I mean, it just responds like the amp, and you roll it up just a little bit more. I mean, it just... Jesus, Lord on high, praise you always. That tone is just amazing. You know what I'm saying? Didn't want to take it in vain there, but holy smokes, that is some good eating, as they say at my grandmama's house. You know. That's not what we're talking about today. Today we're talking about this ToneX Plug. Now I got this thing. It has a beautiful editor. It's got a bunch of stuff up there, but I want to take you guys to, not to talk about this. It's beautiful. It's great. And truthfully, it's not a product that really so much appeals to me. There are those of us who just have like a space to turn amp up loud and that's fine. That's not everybody, right? So what I actually did was I put this on my son's Fesley. I wanted to do an experiment. And so I went in his room, and right under his Lego collection, he keeps a Fesley electric guitar. He's learning the electric guitar. And I plugged this in. I showed him how to put his headphones in and how to just navigate by holding that down, and then by selecting. You can select by number, and so he was telling me that Orange 1 is where he's been playing, which is the Dumble Clean, and that's good. And it's the type of thing where I kind of peaked on him. Is he playing more? I think he is playing a little more. He's playing a little more. And one of the things I realize is silent practice isn't just really good for people who can't be loud. It also can be really good for beginners. And so to me, this is a great practice solution for beginners as well as other people Maybe people like me who just are traveling or whatever keep a guitar upstairs or next to the bed or something. I keep an acoustic next to my bed that sort of solves that problem. And my wife, she likes the sound of an acoustic guitar better than the plinking of electric strings anyway. So that's sort of what I do. But this is a cool device. What I think is really cool is that ToneX is clearly signaling that they see a lot of white space on the board for the the sort of 149 price point, right? Because they're pushing that price point down, and I bet they're doing really well on it. Is this better than a Boss Katana or a Waza headphone? Yeah, man, I'd say so. I would buy this over that. But time for a little conspiracy corner. They built an app that to me is really beautiful, and that's what has me really thinking. Come on. Come on. The app isn't just for this. The app has to be. They have to be working on something else. I don't know, some sort of a Helix competitor, some sort of a bigger ToneX XL with more effects, with maybe all the effects from their other series of pedals and stuff. Maybe a new floorboard that relaunches, sort of like the big thing they've got, the Amplitude software. There's got to be something like this in the works, and I'm looking at it going, look at this beautiful little app we put together, where all of a sudden our effects are shown in a much more sort of artistically pleasing, a much more beautiful and immersive sort of experience, where I feel like I'm playing an actual pedal. They've represented it there. In the ToneX software, it's not that way. It's not that way. It's only like that on the amp. Interesting. We're now dealing with the phone app. Here we go. That tells me, can I get a larger Amplitude box that plays whole Amplitude captures, and I edit it with my phone? I think the answer is yes, and that's my prediction. I think the floor unit of ToneX is going to be an Amplitude box that plays ToneX captures, has all the Amplitude effects, and you edit it from your tablet or your phone. It is the size of larger than a ToneX, more like a Quad Cortex size, and functionality in terms of editing everything on the device itself will be more limited. You will need a screen, a tablet, a computer, a something to edit it. That's what I think is happening, because, as I kind of hinted at before, the compressor, the reverb, that was all in the box with the ToneX stuff, but they added more effects, and now we're in an ecosystem where all of these units have those extra effects, but you can't control them on the unit itself. So what does this thing really mean? I think it tells me we're going to get a screenless or maybe a limited screen device, like a giant ToneX that's going to have all the Amplitude stuff. It's going to be an Amplitude box. It's going to play ToneX, and like Amplitude software does, and that's going to be the big crossover thing that gets us from the ToneX ecosystem to the Amplitude full on the floor, everything licensable, and they have licenses for all these things. I got to think they want to sell that side of the business too, because it seems to me there's a ton more ToneX users than Amplitude users, and you solve that by making the box that plays everything and giving people what they want. I think that's my prediction for NAMM. Honest review, this is cool. This is worth it. I think it's a more particular use case, but I think it hints at what they're working on next. And the fact that it came out now, pre-Christmas, tells me that they have something bigger later on in January.